So I've been told by your school counselor, Brooke, that she recommended you guys for family counseling. I obviously don't know you guys. This is our first session, so would each one of you like to say why you think you might be here, or what you think might be the issue coming into counseling? Mom, do you want to start?
Sure. Well, I'm just really concerned about both of my girls. I just feel like we have like a lot of issues in our communication. This one hasn't said a word to me in 2 months, and then this one she just told me she's pregnant, and I'm just kind of at a loss. I've tried to raise them up based on these Christian values, and I'm just kind of at a loss. So, I just think the big issue is that I can't get her to talk to me, and then I want to be here for her, but I just feel like there's just so much strain in between all of our relationships that I don't feel like they're letting me in.
Okay. So it sounds like there's some distance in the family and lack of communication.
Mm-hmm.
And where is Dad in the picture?
Well, I mean, we're together. He's working all the time, which is why he's not here with us right now. He's just gone a lot.
Okay, I just wasn't sure since this is my first time meeting you guys, so just wanted to get the whole picture. Brooke, why do you think that you guys are here?
Well, I'm here because my school counselor said I had to be here.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So you don't think there's anything wrong within your family?
I mean, my mom's pissed because I'm pregnant, and she's the preacher at the church, and I'm supposed to be pregnant at 18 out of wedlock, and so, yeah, that's why I'm here.
I'm not pissed that you're pregnant. I'm just upset that you feel like you couldn't tell me about it.
Okay, let's hold that conversation first. I want to hear from Kristen just to see what she thinks, and we'll go back to that.
Well, I'm on the verge of being kicked out, and the only person in my family that I really talk to is Brooke, because she's the only one that really gets me, and our mom's pretty much just a bitch. So that's, sorry for the swear word, but
you're fine. You're being honest. That's what we're here for. So it sounds like you guys are close then.
Yeah, we're really close.
Okay.
My boyfriend is at her school.
Yeah, she met him when she was staying with me one night, and he may be my age, but I don't see the problem. She's 18, he's 21. There's not really a big deal there.
What's your boyfriend's name?
It's Bev.
And you guys have been dating for a little while now, it sounds like?
Yeah.
Alright, so Mom, how does it feel to have your daughter say that you're a bitch?
I mean, I'm sorry she feels that way. I just feel like I try to do the best I can to make good decisions for the whole family, and I don't mean to come off that way, but then again, we're from a small town. I mean, we all have to uphold a reputation, and I'm just trying as best as I can to make sure that we're setting a good example, because we are an example for the rest of the people in our community. Mm-hmm. And it's just hard for me to kind of get through to her on that. It's not that I'm trying to control her or anything. It's that I want her to understand where I'm coming from, and I just don't think she's doing that. So I guess, sometimes I do get kind of controlling, I guess.
So it kind of seems like you have some added pressure that your daughters might not know about, or...
Yeah, and I've tried to talk to them about it, but I think they don't really get where I'm coming from on that one.
So both of you girls are rolling your eyes.
She's never tried to talk. Ever. Maybe to her church, not to her kids.
So you guys are feeling a little left out?
Mm-hmm.
Or put on the back burner?
Yeah. Probably so. More so the back burner than left out, because can't really be left out of the church. church would never leave anybody out.
So it sounds like you have more of a strong opinion about being in like a church family.
Well, it doesn't help that I was required to go to church every Sunday, every Wednesday night, all the time. Jesus this, Jesus that, read your Bible before bed, hit your knees and pray before bed. I mean, let me hear you pray so I make sure you're praying the right way. Like, it's just not okay. Like, I feel like I should be able to choose. I think you have a dog in your office.
I know, it's actually a therapy dog. So
Oh,
we come
really?
in every once in a while to the counseling sessions and
Okay.
just tries to bring a little peace.
Wow. He's a cute fat dog. But yeah, anyways, so like, I just feel like my whole life my religion's been monitored. I haven't really had the free will to do what I want to do. And I feel like it's been pressured. Like, I've been forced to think one thing. I feel like that's not how religion's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to find it on your own, and you're supposed to be taught the right ways, not forced to this is how it's going to be. It's either my way or no way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I shouldn't be told that if I don't go to church for one Sunday, I'm going to hell. Like, and that's what Mom used to do.
So you went away to college.
I didn't go to church at all during college. Like,
Okay. So
I
do
partied.
you have the same views as your mom? Or
No.
the church?
No, I'm not a all high and mighty Christian anymore. Like, I'm not atheist, but I am Islamic now.
Okay, Mom, did you know about that?
This is new information to me.
Well, she would have known if she would have cared to talk to me all 4 years of college. She was too concerned with preaching than anything else. So,
I think, yeah, the church does take up a lot of my time, but I've never told you were going to hell, ever.
you did. Just indirectly.
I promise that's not what I meant from whatever I was saying. I really did not.
Well,
Because, and I think, I'm sorry if it seems like I've forced you. This is just the way that I was raised, and I guess this is the way I mean, your father and I have always tried to raise you.
well, like, just because you and Dad were brought up one way doesn't mean...
I'm sorry.
I mean, I've never told you that you were going to hell. I'm really sorry I felt that way, but I think I've always been told that we need to raise our children up the right way, and that's all I was trying to do.
But the right way to you and the right way to everybody else may be different. And I feel like you were concerned with just your way, not what we felt. Or when I went to college, you didn't even, like, talk to me about anything other than, are you going to church? Are you following your rules? Are you doing, like, this, that, and the other? Like, no, I wasn't. I was drinking. I was being a college student. I was having fun, living my life. And then I met this guy, and he was Islamic, and he started teaching me all of their values and their culture, and I fell in love with it and him, and then he got deported back home, and I just lost him, but stuck with the religion. So
it sounds like it made you
I'm gonna
happy.
cry. But, yeah. It hurt, but it was kind of a good thing, because his family was just too different than mine.
I'm just in a little bit of shock right now.
It's okay. It's a lot coming out right now. Emotions are high during counseling. But it sounds like you're happy with where you're at right now.
I am. I have a new religion and a newfound love for my God versus her God, and whether they're the same or not, I feel like we should respect each other, but her church is so anti-Islam, and I feel like with her being the pastor, that's not really okay. Something should change, and I feel like her leadership is what will change that.
Is that something you think you could do?
Incorporate Islamic practices into my church.
No, but have your church be more accepting of your daughter's religion? They don't have to necessarily practice her beliefs, but it sounds like they've been saying some things that have made her not want to go to church.
Was it the old guy that sits in the back? Because I swear he's so bitter, and I mean,
No, it's like everybody. It's just Islamic slurs and
yeah.
anti-Islam, and it's just, I think a lot of it has to do with the recent events and, you know, what's in the news, because everybody associates Islam with bad people and bad things that happen in the States, but like, I feel like that's not me. I'm white, I was raised Christian. Just because I converted to Islam doesn't mean I'm gonna become a terrorist. Like, I don't get that stereotype, and that's what everybody at church is saying. It's like Islamic people are all terrorists.
I mean, there's such a big difference between the religions. I want to understand it more so than anything, because I feel like that's a part of your life that you just now allowed me to be a part of. And I mean, who knows how long, you said you picked this up in college, who knows how long you've been like this and haven't said anything to me about it.
I mean, I met him my freshman year, and he got deported my junior year, so I converted my sophomore. So it's been 3 years, but I've only been home for 5 months. It's not like I could talk to you about it. I haven't spoken to you in 2. But I just felt like I couldn't. And then we've got Brooke over here having a baby, and you're, like, concerned about her.
The conversation was off of me.
Yeah, but it needs to be back towards you. I love you, and you're my homie, but I'm just tired of talking right now.
But Kristen, did you hear your mom say that she does want to understand?
Yeah, I did. And I feel like I don't expect her to, like, pray with me or anything like that, but I do expect her to kind of try and comprehend the differences and maybe the similarities as well.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's something you guys can work on at home while you're still there.
I mean, I know some things about Islam, but I really don't know a lot. I mean, just what I've heard in the news, it is kind of scary, but I guess, you know, if it's important to you, then I want to try and understand it.
I mean, obviously, like, I've logged in chat rooms, and people are kind of, I stay off the internet because you can't really rely on what you learn on the internet nowadays. It's all kind of bull crap. But I don't, like, wrap a turban around my head. I don't cover my face or my hair. I don't wear clothes that run to the ground. Like, I'm still me. I'm still the person you raised. I just believe in something a little different.
So, Kristen, do you think it would be good for you to kind of educate your mom on your beliefs?
Probably just a little bit.
That would help your communication a little bit more.
Yeah, but I feel like something needs to happen on her part too, like talking to the church and kind of, it doesn't have to even be directed at Islamic culture, but all other, like, I've heard people talking crap about Catholicism and, like, every other Jewish people, like, it's just everything. They talk crap about every other religion because they think it's their way or no way. And they think everybody else is going to go to hell for having their own beliefs.
So you think your mom being the leader, it's almost her job to show people how to act towards other religions?
Yeah, I feel like she's the pastor. She gives sermons and she preaches every Sunday and every Wednesday, so she's got some foothold to the people. So I feel like those people will follow her leadership more so than just me standing up going, oh, I'm now Islamic, so I expect you to respect me and my culture.
I get that where you're coming from, but my fear is that I'm more concerned about you. And I know you said earlier that people, you know, have these slurs and everything and say things that are disrespectful. But if I were to just bring up the topic of it's a small town, they're going to eventually find out that you
I don't care if they know I converted. If they want to slur it at me, let them slur it at me. I hear them slur it towards my friends and the people that taught me the religion all through college. It's not something I'm new to, but I feel like at some point you have a little more, like, you have a better understanding of the people in your congregation, and you can kind of talk to them, and once you learn a little more about my religion, maybe you can tell them how it's similar and not to just focus on the differences and the negatives.
I guess it would just. I mean, I'm still kind of in disbelief that this is even. I mean, I'm glad you told me.
I mean, what do you think I do when I disappear 5 times a day? I mean, do you think I just have bowel problems and go to the bathroom? I mean,
Well, I mean,
you have bowel problems for a whole nother reason.
So I think it would maybe be a good idea outside of the counseling session for one, Kristen to teach you more about what she believes so that you can understand it. And then it sounds like Kristen also kind of needs from you a leadership for your church to accept other religions as well.
Hashtag stop the hate. Put it on your Instagram. Oh wait, you don't have one.
well,
You should really get your church on Instagram. Maybe that would help spread the love a little bit.
And Krista, maybe you can help run that. Since you guys
I don't
haven't
know if
been-
they'd want me running their social media being Islamic and all.
That
But
could be something you could do together.
yeah, I guess I could teach her since she doesn't know anything about Instagram or Facebook. Maybe if you would have had those, we could have contacted each other a little more and you could have followed my life in college.
yeah, I feel very out of the loop, and I mean, I don't want to get on social media. I'm so busy. I don't have time for that anyway. And just hearing that they don't think I have time for them, my priorities are more on them than getting on Instagram and making sure my church is on social media.
Can we mush those together and like your focus be on us and us helping you kind of get into the new decade because you're kind of stuck.
Oh, you're right. But yeah, I guess I'm just old-fashioned, and I'm just trying to.
Well, you
Hold on to
obviously
that.
are so old-fashioned you didn't give your daughter here the birds and the bees conversation because she didn't learn.
Okay, that's
I
a
mean-
nice segue with Krista.
I taught abstinence, and I thought I'd leave it at that, and,
But,
and that's my
okay.
mistake. But
In today's world, abstinence really, let's be honest, teen pregnancy rates are out the roof unless you get one of those little things that go up there and block the eggs. I mean, really, and you're not going to let us get those. I went and got one in college, but that's because student health care covered it. So I'm good for the next 5 years.
I'm just learning so much today.
Yeah.
just-
Family therapy.
It's a little
Family therapy can be a little overwhelming.
It is. It really is. I mean, I'm glad she's finally talking to me. It's been so long, but this is a lot to take in. I just feel horrible that you think I put you two on the back burner, and then I honestly am starting to feel like maybe I should have paid more attention to you when you were away at school, and then have been a part of this with you, and then Brooke, I just kind of feel like this is such a shock to me. I didn't even know you had a boyfriend, so.
So, Brooke, you've been kind of quiet.
I
Is there
don't
anything
think
you
you've really her boyfriend.
wanna say? Is there anything you want to say right now? It's been mostly about Kristen, but you're here too.
I mean, obviously I didn't plan this, and that since she hasn't been around, I've been kind of the focus of all the talkings lately. So
How does that make you feel being like,
I like it right now because it hasn't been on me for a little bit. But I mean, I just am ready to get away like Kristen did. I mean, tired of being at home and having to listen to all the rules. Obviously, I won't follow them anyways, but
so what are your plans now that you're graduating?
I mean, me and my boyfriend will move in together and we just want to go away from here. Tired of being stuck here and I just want to go. We're ready to get married and just have our own family.
Mom, what's your opinion on her wanting to leave with a baby?
I don't think she's ready for that. I mean, I could be wrong, but it concerns me that she wants to go off on her own. And then when I'm not to compare you guys, but I think of what happened with Kristen when she went off. I mean, she came back this whole new person and just completely left everything she grew up on behind her. And now I'm worried that Brooke, being pregnant and being so young, and I mean, she's just starting out. We can't do anything now. She's pregnant. We're just gonna wait for the baby. But
Push her down some stairs.
what's that?
Said you can push her down some stairs.
I'm gonna
If you're that scared. I mean, if you're gonna talk that negatively of her, you might as well.
I think you're capable of handling this. I think you're strong. What?
I'm sorry, I just had a tickle on my throat. Keep going.
I think she's strong. I'm just worried about her moving in with this guy. I haven't even met the guy. I mean, briefly, but it was just. I feel very out of the loop. I don't really know what's going on. And I don't feel included. And maybe they're right. Maybe I should have kind of tried to get more involved by following them on Facebook.
And from listening to you guys, it's almost like you both sides almost feel not ignored, but put on the back burner. Mom doesn't feel like you girls communicated with her with your choices, and you girls don't feel like you come first before the church. Is that right?
I mean, that's pretty right, yeah.
I mean, the church is her work. And I just look at it, she puts heart before her family. I mean, I was 18 when I found out I was pregnant, and I mean, that's when you're told you're an adult. So I try to handle it myself, and then obviously I'm 18 finishing up my high school, and yeah, I had to take an extra year, but I mean, I feel like I've come a long way, and I feel like I can do it myself. I mean, I don't know, just Kristen was able to do it, so I feel like I can do it too.
I want to applaud you for being strong, because being pregnant at 18 is going to be hard, but I think you realize that. You kind of want your mom to realize that you have the strength to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. I mean, yeah, it's going to be hard, but at the same time, I mean, life's hard.
Yeah, and it is, you're right. I just hope that you're considering everything. I mean, if you go off and live on your own, I'm not going to be able to support you. I mean, I'll try my best, but if you don't want me to be a part of it, there's only so much I can do.
Well, how would you want to even be a part of it? You put the church first.
But then, in turn, I don't think that, I mean, you're probably just tweeting on Instagram all day, but you won't talk to me.
You don't tweet on Instagram. You tweet on Twitter. You post on Instagram.
I'm not a part of this generation, and your kids are supposed to bring you into that and enlighten you.
But we couldn't bring you into it when you're at church 24/7. If you're not at church, you're writing what you want to say to the congregation, or you're at work the few days that you do work a week, because you only work Monday, Thursday, Friday. So, I mean, Dad brings home all the money, and then you don't lounge, but you focus more so on what you're passionate about. And it's fine that you're passionate about church, but you should be passionate about your family too.
And going back to the social media aspect, I think that could be something that all three of you girls work on together, because it sounds like it's important in your lives. Being the younger generations, that's how you guys communicate. So if that would be the easiest way for you and your mom to connect, that could be some homework that you guys work on outside of the sessions, just kind of educating her on not tweeting on Instagram, things like that. Would that be something you're interested in learning about, if that helps the communication?
About the social media? Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want me to download a Facegram or whatever, my face, I'll do it. I mean, if you really think it's gonna help.
We gotta get you a smartphone first, though, or at least a tablet. I mean, you can't keep sitting with my phone in your lap. You can't take my phone from me just because I'm living at home. Like, I'm 21 years old. I know you pay for it, but still, like, taking my phone away at 21 is kind of excessive. I'm not like her. I don't sit in therapy and play on my phone.
But if you're living under my roof, this is why she's moving out. I don't feel like I'm getting the respect. I mean,
I'm not moving out. I'm being kicked out. There's a big difference. It is not my choice. I would love to stay at home if you'd let me now that we're actually talking again.
I would love you to stay at home. To be honest, I don't want you to leave. I just felt that it's really hard to have a relationship and communicate if you won't talk to me for one, which is great that you're doing this now. Then I just feel like communication works both ways.
Maybe through the church you can help me find a job since I've been out of school for 5 months and like botched my first few interviews. Maybe somebody at the church knows a chemist that needs a lab assistant or whatever the case may be. Like, there's plenty of people at the church. You've got over 150 people, so why? Like, maybe you could help me rather than letting me just sit on my butt at home doing nothing.
You're right. I do want to help you, and I hope getting on social media and then talking to my church and understanding more where you're coming from is going to help. I'm also just concerned that this is just a phase, to be honest.
It's not a phase. I love the Islamic culture and the Islamic religion, and I love my major, and I'd really like to work in the chemistry department. And, you know, if I meet a great Islamic guy, then I'd love to do that as well.
One that studies in the country.
Yeah, he's got to be a legal citizen, so that might be interesting. And he doesn't even have to be Islamic. I mean, I'd marry somebody that's a Christian if he'd accept me and my religion.
I just want you to be happy. I know. I mean, with everything going on, I mean, I do know some things with the stuff going on in the news about Islam.
But yeah, but that's like Al Qaeda and all the terrorist organizations. They're not even like, just because they claim to be Islamic, they're doing things just purely political. It's nothing to do with religion. That's all political gains. So it's not even having to do with the religion. It's just those terrorist organizations come up in those countries where Islam is very prevalent. That's not. It's just a coincidence, I think.
I guess this just shows me how much I need to learn about this so I can grow to support you. Because I want you to be happy. I want you to feel like you can talk to me about things and not feel like I'm going to judge you or shun you or disown you.
Speaking of judging, you want to tell Mom you got engaged last night? Because I'm tired of hiding your ring.
Shut up! Hey, Mom.
Would you care to...
I mean, at least it's a pretty ring. He's a nice guy, Mom. You'd like him a lot.
Who is he?
Spev. I mean, she
Okay.
said that. He's about 6'4". He's really, really adorable. He's sweet to her. He takes care of her.
Is that a real engagement ring? Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to,
So hard.
Love you, mean it.
if you feel comfortable, you can tell your mom about this. But if not, you don't have to.
Well, I mean, we just are just so in love. I mean, we met 2 months ago, and he just treated me so well. And I'm just so happy.
2 months. Is he the baby's dad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that's so soon.
Well, I mean, like, we officially met. We just hooked up at a party, didn't really know each other, and then we officially met about 2 months ago.
This is such a surprise. I want to be happy for you. I just feel like I need to. He doesn't even know your ring size. It's stuck on you. I'm happy for you, and I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's the right thing for the baby. But I'm also very shocked and not sure how I feel about this.
I mean, I want you to be a part of everything. It's just,
Of course, I want to be. Of course.
Now we get to plan a big wedding. But you have to get married after you have a baby so you don't look like a pumpkin in your wedding dress. Since you want it to be orange.
thanks. Thank you
Sorry.
for having my back.
So, Brooke, would you have rather brought it up on your own time?
Probably wouldn't have for a while. I mean, my mom really doesn't know him yet. I mean, I sort of met him, didn't really know him.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
He was in a few of my classes. I mean, I know him better than she does. A little bit, probably, but
I mean, in other ways.
yeah, not that way. But he's a good guy. He's really smart. He got all A's. He graduated with a 4.0.
Okay. Well, sounds
Summa
a
cum
little-
laude, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Something like that. He walked at graduation with me, just in a different department.
You okay, Mom?
I feel a little sick. I think this is just, I thought I was overwhelmed before, but now this is just a whole lot. I'm not upset. I'm just kind of in disbelief.
I told you she
and-
might be mad.
Huh? I thought you were going to just hate me and him. We're just so excited about it.
Why do you guys automatically think I'm gonna?
Well, I mean,
It's against your religion. I mean,
yeah, I'm pregnant out of wedlock. You haven't even met him yet.
I do feel very unincluded, but it's your life, and I'm trying my best to raise you up the way that I think is right, and I know that you're gonna make your own choices and make your own decisions. I just want you to let me be a part of it and actually want to tell me things, so I don't have to find out in the middle of a counseling session. This is just, it's a lot at once.
I'm sorry, Mom.
I do want to point out that you guys have been making a lot of good progress, though. When you first came in, no one was looking at each other, and now you guys are making good eye contact, and it sounds a little less hostile, and I know you are a little overwhelmed
Yeah.
by all the new information that's coming out, but you're handling it very well, and, you know, the girls are opening up to you, so you should be happy about that, especially not talking to Kristen for 2 months.
so can I still live with you?
Of course, I want you to.
Awesome.
I'm just,
Okay, so I can stop apartment hunting on a budget because
Please.
I don't have a budget.
please.
Well, can you show me all the stuff you've been looking at? I mean,
No.
we're looking for a place.
No, y'all are gonna live in the guest house. Just Mom doesn't know it yet.
I think there's a lot of things Mom doesn't know. Is there anything else? I mean,
No, I think that's it. I'm not pregnant. I don't have
Okay.
any other secrets. Just my religion. That's about it. And then this one's just pregnant and engaged.
Oh, there's Steph. So,
your fiance.
yeah.
What is that ringtone?
Hey, can I call you Jack? Okay, thanks. Love you. Love you more. Sorry.
You're fine. I'm gonna need all of his contact information. By the way, I need to do a criminal background check and just get to know him. Make
I
sure.
don't blame her. I'll be on her side with that because neither of us really know him in that way. We don't know his past. Thinking you don't want to get married and then find out he's got some crazy baby mama in another state.
I mean, he's got one right here.
Yeah, but you ain't crazy. I mean, I guess you could go postal on him if he does have another baby mama and you don't know about it, but I think the background check's a good idea.
I guess.
For once, I agree.
And if Kristen agrees, obviously it's a good idea.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you're okay and well taken care of. And I mean,
So, Brooke, how does it make you feel with kind of both sides coming at you, though? You know, it is your baby, is your fiance. So, and you are 18 and you know you can make your own decisions, but how does it make you feel
I guess
having all voices at you right now?
I guess it's showing me I'm not as adult as I think I am, and that I obviously need to listen to both of their advice, since obviously they are older than me. And obviously, Mom's had two of us, so she knows a little bit more about parenting than I do. So
I would love if you would let me be a part of this. I mean, helping you plan your wedding and helping you get ready for the date. This is resizing your ring. Like these are things that as a mom, I think that I should be a part of, and I just need the okay from you guys. And I mean, getting to know your new, like this is a big part of your life. Religion is a big part of my life, and I can only imagine what it is for you. So, I know not everyone takes it as extreme as I do, but
Hey, at least you know you're extreme about it. That's the first step to kind of backing off of it a little bit and paying more attention to us. So maybe opening your heart to another religion, at least respecting it, maybe not practicing it, but at least understanding and respecting my views and my friends' views. And I have so many friends that practice the same religion, but I don't let them come around the house because I'm scared of the judgment they may receive from everyone else.
well, I think that's a good compromise. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to ask me to change my views and what I believe in, like my doctrine. So I guess, I can't ask you to do that either.
I mean, I'm not asking you to change that you believe in Christianity. I'm just asking you to kind of open your heart to maybe understanding another religion. Because I obviously understand Christianity, and it's not like I completely turned my back on religion as a whole. I mean, you raised me to believe in something, and I do. It's just a little different than what you believe in now.
So do you guys see the progress that you're making?
Yeah, they're talking to me. That's a lot of progress.
And I get to stay at home.
I can see that she cares and she does want what's best for me. Both of them do.
So coming into it, Brooke, you were a little skeptical about talking and things like that, but it seems like you're more comfortable opening up to your mom and getting the support from your sister too.
I mean, I see that my sister's opening up. I mean, in high school, there's the stereotype you don't open up to strangers about your feelings and stuff. And so I didn't really want to because I didn't want anyone to make fun of me for anything else. But, I mean, I've always looked up to my sister, so, I mean, she's doing it, so giving her a chance.
You got made fun of in high school?
Yeah.
What for?
Hello.
But that's not right. People shouldn't make fun of you for being pregnant. Like, I'd understand if they made fun of you for other things, but maybe not pregnancy.
I don't think that was right of them. I mean, things happen and life happens. So
It's unfortunate, but
I'm sorry you had to go through that. And again, that's another thing that I was not aware of, and I feel like maybe I should have paid more attention. Not put the church family over my own family. Baby.
So, Kristen, going back to, I just kind of want to recap what we've been talking about, just so we remember the progress. So, your main issue was, your mom being so steadfast in her preaching a religion and kind of putting you guys on the back burner, but now that you've opened up, does it feel like you guys can have that relationship again if she's able to understand and learn about Islam?
Yeah, I think if she's willing to take the time and away from her beliefs and her religion and her church to kind of sit down with me and learn little by little, kind of not what it entails, but kind of just what it represents and the different beliefs that are represented in my religion. Like, same way I did with her in Sunday school or in Bible study or whatever the case may have been. Like, I sat and learned all of the just little things that really make Christianity what it is, and I'd love if she'd sit down with me and learn the little things that make the Islamic religion what it is.
So maybe that's something you guys can work on before next session. Just start out little by little and see what type of, you can maybe start going to church again if everyone's able to kind of accept you, just so it's more of a family thing again.
Maybe not church in general, but maybe kind of some of the events for the church, just because of my difference in opinions and stuff. I feel like I may be judged a little more harshly than I should be, so I'd definitely be willing to go, like, the events, but maybe not the preaching and the Sunday school and the services, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Step in the right direction, I think.
Definitely the Sunday lunches with the nice desserts every time, yeah. I'll definitely come to those. And pregnant over here, I'll eat all the desserts before I can, so just make sure you save me some of the pie before I get there.
I've missed having you there. I've missed you talking to me. So this is just...
I've missed you too.
So to me, it almost seems like you guys wanted to have relationships with one another, but you were afraid of the reaction for your situations, and coming from both sides, you both felt left out, like I said before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good that you all realized that you kind of were feeling the same way and not knowing it because there wasn't communication. So that's a good thing to realize. And so now you can go from here and work on that.
I feel like it'll take time to build back the relationship and the trust, but I think it'll come with time.
Yeah, it won't be easy, but you'll get there. So, Brooke, you've been quiet again. When you first came in, you said that your counselor made you come in, and that was the only reason why you're here. Do you feel like you got anything out of this session?
Definitely. I mean, a lot of secrets about me and my boyfriend, well, now fiance, have come out. And I feel like I can actually talk to my mom a little bit more and not feel like she's going to yell at me. So, I mean, I definitely want him to come over so they can formally meet and talk, and so she can get to know him for the great guy I think he is.
If you like him and you're happy with him, then I'm happy for you, and I can't wait to meet him.
Thanks.
So, Mom, how do you feel at the end of the session?
Lightheaded. That was a lot of information, but I feel better off knowing now a lot of the things that are going on. In the beginning of the session, I was just felt so out of the loop, and I said that I don't feel like there's communication at all. I don't know what's going on with them. There's a lot of things I don't understand, but now I think I understand a lot more what's going on, and I'm just so relieved, and I just feel a lot better now knowing that I can be a part of these big things, like these big life changes that are happening with them, and we can really act like a family again, because that's something that I think we've all kind of been missing. I don't want to speak for everybody, but I know I've been missing it a lot, just being able to talk to each other.
And maybe even the next time we meet, we could see if your dad could come in and get him in the loop too, just because it can't only be you three girls. But I think as a family, you guys have made some good realizations, and there's some things that still need to be worked on, but it sounds like we've kind of came up with a few suggestions of what to do, and I almost feel like you need to just spend some time as a family, sitting down, talking, having dinner.
Go to Colorado skiing.
Skiing?
Yeah, family ski trip.
Can I go tubing instead? 'Cause I don't
Mom
care.
went tubing with me in her stomach, and now I'm legally blind, so something's
Okay.
wrong with that.
Well, we can definitely see if we can do something. We just have to make sure Brooke is.
So you can include everybody.
Yeah, and we have to think about the baby
That's
too.
good.
There's another person.
What about hiking in Colorado? The Grand Canyon.
Hiking's good for health.
Hiking's
That
fun.
sounds fun.
Family trip.
Get a Facebook so I can try and figure out.
Hey, she said it right. She didn't say my face or Book's face or Book face.
We're making progress with Mama.
Yeah, so I think this is a good place to stop just because you guys have completely done a, 180. You came in very closed off, and now you guys, you're giggling and laughing together, planning family trips, so I'm excited to see where you guys will go and how you'll be a family again. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Take your small little